Welcome back, 4th grade. We're going to continue working on putting fractions in lowest terms or simplest form. Remember, lowest terms and simplest form mean the same thing. It means that the greatest common factor of the numerator and the denominator is 1. So if there is no other common factor except for 1, then the fraction is in lowest terms. So let's look at the first part. It says, write yes if the fraction is in lowest terms. If not, write the fraction in lowest terms. So number 1 asks about 2/9. So I'm going to look on my factor sheet, look at 2 and 9. And I can see that my factors of 2 are 1 and 2, and my factors of 9 are 1, 3, and 9. So the greatest common factor is 1. So yes, 2/9 is in simplest form. Now let's look at number 7, 15/18. So I'm going to look at 15 and 18. And I can see that the greatest common factor is actually 3. It's 3. So 15/18 is not in simplest form. So on number 7, on page 146, 15/18, I found that my greatest common factor was 3, so I have to divide my numerator and my denominator by 3. So 15 divided by 3 is 5, 18 divided by 3 is 6. So number 7, 15/18 is 5/6 in simplest form. You do that whole top part just the way you did your work yesterday, looking for the greatest common factor. Remember, if the greatest common factor is 1, the fraction is already in simplest form. Let's look at the word problems now. Let's look at number 13. Patrick grows tomatoes, carrots, and cucumbers in his garden. Of the 12 rows in the garden, there are 3 rows of tomatoes, 5 rows of carrots, and the rest of the rows are cucumbers. What fraction of the garden is used for carrots and cucumbers? Express your answer in lowest terms and explain how you found your answer. Well, I bet you already guessed that I'm going to draw a bar for this problem. Number 13. So you draw it in your paper too. For number 13, we'll draw a bar. Okay. And the whole bar is 12 rows, the whole. And I'm going to express a whole using twelfths. 12 twelfths. That's the whole bar, 12 twelfths. But I know that he has 3 different vegetables in there: tomatoes, carrots, and cucumbers. So I'm going to put tomatoes, carrots, and cucumbers. Here, this will be tomatoes, carrots, and cucumbers. And I know that of the 12 rows, 3 rows are tomatoes. So that would be 3 out of 12, or 3/12 of the rows are tomatoes. And it says 5 rows are carrots, 5 out of 12, or 5/12 are carrots. And the rest are cucumbers. Well, I need to think, how many rows would that be? If I have 3/12 tomatoes, 5/12 carrots, that would make 8/12. So there would be 4/12 left to be cucumbers. 4/12, because 3 plus 5 is 8. And then 8 plus 4 is 12. And I know there are 12 rows. So 4/12 of the rows are cucumbers. But the question asks us, what fraction of the garden is used for carrots and cucumbers? That would be right here, 5/12 and 4/12. So I have to put my twelfths together. 5/12 and 4/12 would be 9/12. 9/12 of the garden is carrots and cucumbers. But it asks for that in simplest form. So I have to look on my factor sheet, and I see that 9 and 12, the greatest common factor of 9 and 12 is 3. So I'm going to divide my numerator and my denominator by 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So 3/4. 3/4 of the garden is carrots and cucumbers.